Yesterday we did the first stanza of the poem Remembrance by William Shakespeare. Today I'll take up the second stanza. Before that, I'll just remind you what he says in the first stanza. He says that when in silence he reflects on the past memories, he expresses sorrow for the things which he had wished but which he could not achieve. And when he is reminded of those memories which could not be fulfilled in the past, or the wishes which could not be fulfilled in the past, then it fills him with sorrow, and in this way old sorrows are renewed. And he also thinks about his friends who are no more. And he says when he thinks about the past scenes and sights which have vanished now, he is full of sorrow. And the loss of old dead friends also comes to him as if they have passed away recently. But then he says, when in such a pensive and serious mood he thinks of his friend W.H., all his losses are restored. Then he forgets all the losses which he suffered, and then his sorrows come to an end, and he feels कि जैसे अब उसकी क्षति पूर्ति हो गई है और सारे दुख जो हैं वो दूर हो गए हैं. So now I'll take up the second stanza, and before that I will tell you the difficult words. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell over the sad account of four bemoaned moan, which I knew pay as if not paid before. Grievances foregone means loss of things, maybe persons or friends, and sorrows which happened in the past. Heavily, with a heavy heart, भारी मन से. From woe to woe means sorrow. From one sorrow to another. Tell means count, गिनना. Bemoaned moan means the sorrow which has already been felt. New pay means now he weeps again over. Restored, made up, पूर्ति हो जाना. Dear friend means his friend W.H. And now I'll explain you the lines. The poet says that he laments the loss of things and friends devoured by death in the past, taken up by death in the past. And this thought, fills his eyes with tears. He says he has wept for them in the past when he had lost them. Their memory makes him weep afresh. अब वो दोबारा से उनको याद करके फिर से दुख से भर जाता है, रोने लग जाते हैं. ठीक है. And with a heavy heart he recounts his past losses. और बड़े भारी दिल से जो है वो अपने पुराने जो लॉस हुए हैं उनको वो गिनते हैं, याद करते हैं. It appears to him as if he is paying a past debt not repaid before. और उनको क्या महसूस होता है जब वो अपने बीते हुए दुखों को याद करते हैं, तो उन्हें ऐसा लगता है जैसे कोई पुराना कर्जा चुका रहे हों जो अभी तक उन्होंने नहीं चुकाया हो. तो उनको ऐसा लगता है. द पोएट पेज his friend the handsome compliment that the thought of his friend and all his miseries and losses are forgotten. The poet says that when in a mood of thoughts of past griefs and losses, the thought of his friend comes to him, all his losses are restored and all his sorrows are over. So he says, but if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows. And he says, that though he is filled with sorrow when he is reminded of the events and things that have happened to him in the past, the sad events, and also the things which he could not achieve, he feels sorrow for that. But then when he thinks of his friend W.H., then all his losses are made up, मीन्स सारी उनकी दुख जो है वो दूर हो जाते हैं, और वो उनका जो है वो सो द पोएम एंड्स ऑन अ पॉजिटिव हैप्पी नोट. In the first stanza you will see that the poet is, or the speaker is talking about the sorrows and the losses, and you know the tone of the poem is sad, but in the last stanza, second stanza, he discards this pensive serious mood by recalling his friend whom whom he loved very much and also regarded him so much. And then when he's reminded of his friend WH, then he's filled with he all sorrowful thoughts come to an end. So this sonnet entitled Went to the Sessions of Sweet Silent Thought. It is a typical English sonnet. It may be studied as a model of the Shakespearean type. It is written to the memory of his friend. In the quatrains, the poet expresses grief over past misfortune, the lack of a thing he sought, precious friend hid in death's dateless night, grievances foregone. The climax of the thought is reached where the poet says, if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end. Shakespeare in these lines pays his friend a compliment. His friend is a compensation not merely for many disappointments and unrealized hopes which he could not achieve, but also for the loss of earlier friends. Some of the literary beauties of the sonnets are: the second line of this sonnet achieves a worldwide circulation in the literature of the 20th century, and it's concerned with time. And as I told you earlier also, the alliteration means repetition of the same sound. The alliteration running all through is noteworthy, as I told you earlier also. And with woes new veil, my dear, times waste, repetition of the sound W. And then friends hid in death's dateless night. So hid, dateless, death, friends hid, death's dateless. This is the repetition of sound D. And now you will notice how beautifully he has talked about a thing which is universal, that whenever you sit in a pensive mood or in a meditative reflective mood, then what happens? Old memories haunt you, and particularly those old memories haunt you which are painful to you. So this is something which is common to all of us, and so he has described this universal thing which happens with everyone. But then it happens with us also, then we are reminded of something pleasant, and then all the painful memories are discarded. So though there is, and I'll talk a little bit about Shakespeare's sonnet also. Though there is no set range of subject for the sonnet, Shakespeare, following the earlier Elizabethan, had limited its theme to love. His sonnets celebrate his attachment to a young friend, presumably the unidentified Mr. W.H., to whom they are dedicated to, and this particular sonnet also, or his love for a mysterious dark lady. So this is unknown exactly to whom the sonnets are addressed. So we have finished this poem, Remembrance. Read at home, and thank you.